Hi guys, I'm Soumya and I'm back again with another video. I hope you're all well and safe. So if you are an old subscriber, then welcome back. But if you are new to this channel, then I make a lot of bookish content here, and if you want to become a book lover and a reader, then do hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click on the bell icon. So today's video is a recommendation video, and I will be recommending some quick reads to you guys that you can pick up if you are either going through a reading slump, or you don't have much time to read, or if you simply want to read quick reads, then this is the video for you. I really enjoyed reading these books and I feel that you will too if you choose to pick them up. So let's get started with the video. The first book is The Little Prince. Now I've tried saying the name of the author quite a few times, but it's definitely difficult and I don't want to say it wrong at the same time, so let it be. The Little Prince has been narrated by a man who is a pilot, and he has crash landed in a desert, and he comes across this small boy with golden hair who he starts calling Little Prince. Now this Little Prince does not belong to Earth. He has come from another planet, and over the course of the next few days, this man discovers about this Little Prince's journey of him traveling to different planets and how he came to Earth. Now The Little Prince is a children's story typically, but much like children's stories, it's simple yet profound, and you can read this even as an adult, and you will definitely shed a tear or two after you are done reading this book, because it really talks about what truly is important and how adults often forget that they were once children too. This book talks about the importance of spending time on something, the importance of love, the importance of creating a bond, friendship, loneliness. All in all, this is a very quick read, a very beautiful story, and it really stays with you. The next book is Bombay Balchao by Jane Borges. So this story is taking place in a Catholic neighborhood in the south of Bombay called Cavil. So this book has 12 chapters, and these 12 chapters are individual episodes in themselves, but they are also connected to each other because in different chapters references to the previous events of the book are made. So this book has the vibe of being a short story book as well as being a novel. Also, this book has the recurring theme of love all through its chapters. I mean, there are certain chapters that don't necessarily focus on love, but love is an important theme in this book. Also, it has been written very well. It's a delight to read this book. I had a great time while reading it, and if you haven't read this book, then you definitely must, because it gives you a glimpse into the Catholic culture in the neighborhood of Cavil, and that's so fascinating to read. Even though this book is connected on the whole, the individual episodes that are taking place in different chapters are taking place in different time periods. Like one chapter is taking place in 1997, another one is taking place sometime in 1940s, 1958, and so on. So you see recurring characters in different stages of their lives, and you read about these individual incidents and how they kind of get connected in the entire story. As I said, love is a recurring theme in this book, and so is heartbreak. This book elicits all sorts of reactions from you. You shed a tear or two, you get angry, you get happy, you get sad. Just generally, if you're looking to read a well-written, interesting book, then Bombay Balchao can definitely be on the top of your list. The next book is Convenience Store Woman by Sayaka Murata. So this is a story about a 36-year-old woman named Keiko Furukura who works in a convenience store, and she has been working in that convenience store for the past 18 years. She joined there when she was 18 years old, and she just never left. This was supposed to be a part-time job, but she never joined anywhere else. She never left the convenience store. Managers came and went, employees came and went, but Keiko stayed where she was. So this is a story which talks about the fact that Keiko is not able to fit in with the rest of the world, and this became apparent right from the time when she was a child, when she would do unusual things, when she would do stuff that would immediately make her stand out from the others, and not in a good way. So Keiko kind of learned to tone her actual behavior down, and she tries to fit in all through the story, and we can read about her struggle in this book. To be honest, this is a very, very unusual book, but I absolutely loved this book. So this book makes some very hard-hitting and very interesting observations through various characters, and I feel that this is a brilliant book. For you to be able to appreciate this book, you need to have some amount of quirkiness in your personality, or at least you should be empathetic to the quirkiness of other people. Only then can you appreciate the brilliance of this book, because this is indeed a very good book. The next book is Amrita Imrose, A Love Story by Uma Trilok. So this book is non-fiction. Now we all know that Amrita Pritam was a very famous Punjabi novelist and Imrose was a very famous artist. So Uma Trilok knew them personally, and in this book she has basically made her observations about their companionship, and she has expressed her admiration for their companionship, for them being together and for them as individual people. And this book for me was an absolute delight to read. As far as the writing style in this book is concerned, it's simple, but it wasn't the thing that stood out to me. It was basically the experiences that this book has talked about, the author's communication with Amrita Pritam and Imrose, and how she had different conversations with them. Those are the highlights of this book. And yeah, they have been written well enough. If you want to read about the companionship that was there between Amrita Pritam and Imrose, and how the fact that the world judged them did not bother them even one bit, and it was revolutionary, to be honest, on many levels. They met in the 1960s and they stayed together for the rest of their lives. I mean, Amrita Pritam passed away in 2005 and they stayed together till the end of her days. Just how pure their bond was is enough to make you cry. The next recommendations are Before the Coffee Gets Cold and Tales from the Cafe, both by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Before the Coffee Gets Cold is the part 1 and Tales from the Cafe is the part 2. Both these stories talk about a cafe called Funiculi Funicula, which is an old cafe, and what makes this cafe special is that it can help people travel in time, but there are certain conditions that have to be followed, and these conditions are so difficult and cumbersome that when people hear of these conditions, they decide that this time travel is completely useless and futile, and they pass up this opportunity. But there are still some people who choose to travel in time despite the difficult conditions, and both these books talk about their experiences of time travel. The reason for my recommending these books is because they are very wholesome and very heartwarming to read, and they make you smile, they make you cry, they make you happy and sad, and by the time you're done with these stories, your heart is full and you read these stories and you feel better, and that's just the vibe that they carry. And if you haven't checked these stories out, then you definitely should. The next book is What I Know for Sure by Oprah Winfrey. So this book is non-fiction, and in this book Oprah Winfrey has talked about the things that she knows for sure. At its core, this book encourages you to be happy, and in fact it even talks about how if life gives you the chance to either sit it out or dance, you should always choose to dance. And I mean, this is the type of book that if you are feeling sad, this book can literally pull you out of sadness, because I had listened to the audiobook of this one in January and I was very sad at that time myself, but this book actually made me very happy. It's one of those books that has that power to make you smile, because this book is infused with a lot of positivity, and that is a very good reason to go for this book. So guys, that's it. These were my recommendations for you. If you want to go for some quick reads that are also amazing and incredible to read, I hope you go for these books, because you won't be disappointed. And if you want to check these books out, then the links will be in the description box. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to connect with me on my social media, the links are in the description box. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, bye bye, take care and stay safe.